Hello, my friends, and welcome to our latest crazy challenge on our BN channel. This is, of course, an automation challenge sponsored by Mr. Bendake, which he sponsored this challenge by subscribing to my Patreon page, which allowed him to create his own challenge with of course, his own rules. The challenge is absolutely a legendary challenge. Everyone love it, and I'm really excited to announce it and to start it, and of course to see what you guys will come up with. So of course, let's start with the rules. Now the rules are very straightforward, very awesome. You need the challenge name, of course, is the Touge or the Initial D Automation Challenge by Mr. Bendake. Of course, if you are not familiar with Touge, if you're not familiar with Initial D, basically the word Touge means you need to drive down a Japanese mountain on a narrow road, basically at night or something like this, in a dangerous and awesome and an exciting way, driving, of course, JDM legendary cars. That's basically what I know. So the rules are very awesome and very straightforward. The first rule, which is of course the production year, where the production year, my friends, starts from 1990 all the way to 2001. It's up to you which model year you choose. You can go from 1990 to 2001. The allowed body type, you can choose any body type you want. The allowed chassis, any chassis type you want. Now the allowed materials, you can choose any material you want, but no carbon fiber, and of course no fiberglass. Yes, my friend, no fiberglass and no carbon fiber. The next thing is the engine. You can choose absolutely any engine type you want, with a horsepower limit, which is of course 500 horsepower max, no more than 500 horsepower. And of course the maximum engine displacement, which is also limited by Mr. Bendake, which is of course 5 liters. That's the maximum displacement, 5 liter, and of course 500 horsepower. That's the maximum horsepower. Now, speaking of power and displacement, there are also some special limits for each individual class. So let's start with the first class, which is from 0 to 200 horsepower. Your car weight needs to be any weight you want. If your engine is pushing 200 horsepower, then your car limit is basically open. You can go as light as you want. Going above 200, from 201 all the way to 400 horsepower, your car needs to weigh at least 1,200 kilos. That's the other limit. And then going above 400 horsepower up to 500 horsepower, your car needs to weigh at least 1,350 kilos. Yes, my friends, that you should follow these rules so your car won't get disqualified. Speaking of the engine, of course, the engine stress is always not allowed. No engine stress whatsoever, no torque stress, and of course no RPM stress. Now the fuel type, you can go with 95 octane fuel only. The intake, you can go any intake you want, standard, performance, race, it's up to you. The next bit is the mufflers. You need to use at least one muffler. Catalytic converters are not required here, so you can go with them, you can go without them. It's up to you, my friend, depend on what kind of restrictions you want to put on your engine. Now, moving on, the next thing is the drive type. You can choose any drive type you want. And then after it, the gearbox, you can choose manual gearbox only. No automatic, no sequential, nothing. Only manual gearbox. The differential, my friend, you can choose any differential you want. Tires. Now this is important because the maximum tire width is 265 millimeters max. Any tire wider than this, the whole car will get disqualified. And of course, speaking of tires, the tire compound, you can choose any tire compound you want. The brakes, also any brakes option you want. The aerodynamics, yes, you can choose also any aerodynamical option you want, but make sure it's actually, if you are planning to put aerodynamics on your car, make sure it's actually functional. Now the interior, my friend, you can choose absolutely any interior option you want, with of course 2 seats at least. That's the minimum, 2 seats at least. And of course the entertainment is required, so you need to choose an entertainment option, any option you want for the interior, and of course any option for the entertainment, but of course it's required, so don't skip it so your car won't get disqualified. Now, the next bit is the safety option. You can choose any safety option you want, but it's required, so don't choose the non option. Now, the traction aids, you can choose ABS only or and above. You can't choose the non option, because if you go without ABS, there is a really hard chance that your car will crash and basically fly off the cliff. So yeah, make sure your car has at least ABS, to prevent it from flying off the cliff basically, or for being pretty much slow or undrivable. So ABS at least and above, that's up to you. The next bit is the budget, my friend. You have a budget of $40,000 max.
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
On all three categories, on the 200 horsepower range, on the 400 and the 500 horsepower range, $40,000. And of course, that means the quality sliders are allowed. You can go plus, and of course, you can go minus. And the next bit, which is very important, is the details, the car look basically. So my friend, your car needs to look like real 90s and early 2000s car, like those legendary cars from Initial D. And basically, if you want to copy a real life JDM car, that would be awesome. So it's up to you. Take your time, make sure your car is an absolute legend to look at, legend to drive, and it's very entertaining and sweet to drive as well. Yes, my friend, make sure your car is an absolute gem to look at. And of course, make sure your car looks also kind of upgraded, because we are not driving stock cars. We are driving like basically, as I mentioned before, like Initial D cars, or basically tuned cars to drive in this special challenge, which is the Touge challenge basically. So you can put wings, you can put lips, you can put vents, stickers. You can go mental, my friend, with your car, but don't make it like a real racing car, because yes, we are not really building racing cars here. We are building like tuned JDM legends basically. So make sure your car is looking the right looks, my friend. All right, now the final bit, which is of course the total category points. Now, if you are not familiar with the total category points, basically it's a system that I invented which allows me to determine if your car is awesome in automation game or not. So I can choose the top 20 TCP cars when I'm filming the final video. So make sure your car has the highest total category points. Now, of course, if you to calculate your total category points, you need to add 4 individual categories, which they are drivability, sport, safety, and reliability. Add them all together and you will get a special number. This number will determine if your car is in the final video or not. And make sure, of course, when you submit your car on my Discord, on the submitting page, to write down, to type your total category points number next to the car, so your car won't get disqualified. And of course, the winner of this challenge will receive a copy of this awesome car. It's called the Aleppo R, a very awesome, grippy, basically high revving monster of a car that I enjoyed making and driving in this video, and basically myself, which was absolutely awesome. And of course, the winner, which is the fastest car on the testing video, will get a copy of this car. Plus, of course, the craziest and the prettiest car in this challenge also will get the same price. So make sure your car looks fast and looks absolutely pretty in every single way, and real JDM. So you'll have a better chance in winning the fastest car prize or the prettiest car prize, my friend. And that's pretty much it, my friend. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for your awesome comments on my Discord and for your awesome support. If you want to become a judge member, so you can judge on those cars with me and of course with the VIP team, make sure, if you want to do that, to subscribe to my Patreon page, to the VIP role, so you can get added to my Discord, so you can help me judge the cars together with of course with the all other VIP judge team, which are absolutely awesome. Or you can of course go to my Steam wish list, pick me a nice gift over there, because everything currently is on sale and you will get added automatically. So those are 2 ways to join the VIP judging team, my friends. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you very soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and of course, big thanks to Mr. Bendake and all the awesome Patreon members for supporting me and for making this awesome challenge. Now, goodbye for now, my friends.